A blind cheetah heard the young woman's voice. Startled by the sound, the animal pounced on her. What happened next and why was incredible. A rehabilitation center in a town in Russia was home to a young cheetah brought from a circus to be treated. The animal was extremely sick and exhausted. Instead of wandering around the enclosure where they had taken him for care, as soon as they entered, he lay down and didn't move. In the morning, nothing had changed. The animal did not get up, nor did it eat or drink. The staff then called a veterinarian named Maria. Seeing the cheetah breathing deeply and intermittently, she decided that the animal had pneumonia and needed urgent treatment. But medication was not the only solution, as the cheetah, whom they named Max, also refused to eat. He had lost weight from starvation, his fur had lost its luster, and his eyes were red. When he tried to stand up, he trembled with weakness. Maria wanted to hand-feed Max, who was dying, but her offer was rejected. As sick as he was still a predator. His reaction was unpredictable. Approaching him could be extremely dangerous, even fatal. But the young vet had other plans. One night he secretly opened the door of Max's cage and went inside. The animal was too weak to even look up. He took a piece of meat, dipped it in water, and brought it close to Max's mouth. The animal unconsciously began to lick the meat and then reluctantly ate it. Maria was delighted, but it also gave her an idea. She would add medicine to the meat, and in this way she could both feed and treat Max. Day after day, the wild predator got better and better as it ate and took the medicine. One day, the unthinkable happened. As soon as she walked up to him, Max suddenly stood up. He walked towards her. The woman was terrified that he would attack and hurt her. Max started rubbing against her like a pet cat. Maria stroked his head a little hesitantly. After this, she continued to visit him every day. Max was excited every time he saw her and would run up to her and show her affection. They had formed an emotional bond that was hard to understand, but unfortunately, all good things must come to an end. The healed animal had to go back to the circus it came from. Neither of them was happy about it. Maria was in tears and Max was cranky and aggressive in the transfer vehicle. Apparently, he didn't want to leave either. Maria stared after the departing vehicle. But it would not be the last time she would see him. 4 years had passed. One day, Maria heard that a blind slat had been brought to the clinic from a nearby circus. She was about to faint from excitement. Because Maria had been looking for Max for years, she had gone to the circus where he was taken, but they had told her that the cheetah was not here but had been transferred to another circus. There was no circus or zoo she hadn't been to, but she could never find him. She thought about him almost every day since the cheetah left. When Maria took over the treatment and went to talk to the staff to get information, the animal was startled by the sound she heard. When she turned to look at it, she couldn't believe her eyes. It was Max. Her old friend was back. But Max was in much worse condition. He was dying. For 4 years, the cheetah had been abused and starved, tortured and forced to do things to please the customers. The cheetah Maria had treated had relapsed. It was a miracle he had lasted this long. Maybe she had resisted this long to see her friend one last time. Without listening to anyone, Maria opened her old friend's cage, burst in, and called him by name. The cheetah recognized the owner of this voice. She gathered the last of her strength and rushed over to Maria, and she rested her head on his chest and stayed there for several minutes, as if longing for him, and she breathed her last breath on Maria's shoulder. The use of animals in circuses means taking them out of their natural habitat. Keeping them in cages and forcing them to train and perform seriously affects their emotional and physical health. These businesses exploit animals and disregard their rights just to make money. However, animals should live freely in their natural habitat, not as a means of entertainment. People should respect their rights and develop a relationship with animals based on friendship, love, and respect.